Hello, friends. Michelle here for Wednesday Whispers. I hope you had a beautiful week. I always love gathering every Wednesday to be with people here in my community and people that I've done readings with, a way for us to kind of stay together and connected, and a time for us to talk about our intuition and our hearts and our grief as well. So when you get here, please say hello. I do love being here every single week. Hey, Stephanie. I love you're always looking forward to Wednesdays. That's so awesome. Hey Veronica, hey Chrissy, I sent you a message just a few minutes ago. Hey Michelle, hey Juliana, nice to see you. Hello Instagram world. Hey Erica, hey Erin, hey Emily, Karen, Greta, Stuart Oliver, hello. My Mysteria, you and your crazy Instagram names, you guys. Hey Rick, hey Jenny, hey Sharon. Shannon, Sabrina, hey Lydia. Hope you guys have had a great week. I know that there's a lot of, in my neck of the woods, there's a lot of migraines and things like that because there's been a crazy shift in our weather here. It's like spring all of a sudden. So hopefully you have been weathering this pretty well. I got a couple little things to share with you guys, some different things that are kind of coming up for me. Let me just kind of see how I can kind of get that out here. One of the biggest things I'm excited about is next week I have a workshop. If you feel like you're going through a spiritual awakening, this 1 hour class next Thursday is going to be great. It's $22 for you to join me. And we talk about how to trust your intuition, how to understand the language of spirit, how to make better decisions for yourself based on your intuition. And also, like, if you've been having like crazy dreams, you feel like you've been hearing things, you've been seeing things, really kind of question your values and belief systems as well, and kind of wanting to go more into the intuitive self of you and the woo-woo world. This is a perfect like intro course for you. So it's a next Thursday night at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, $22 on Zoom. So if you feel called, there's that. And then I also am starting my second round of the Magic of Mediumship. This is my signature course. So if you feel like you're a medium or you feel like you want to develop your psychic abilities, if you are a healer, that's also going to start in the middle of March 6th. So March 13th, excuse me. So yeah, so those are all listed on my courses. That's what I've kind of been planning and working on. So if those things pique your interest, love to see you there for that. Also, Chrissy, you signed up for next week. Awesome. I always have my intuitive mugs. Do you guys love my tiger? And there's so much tiger energy. I've had like even me and my son were watching like tiger, like Planet Earth tonight. So I want you to guess, what am I drinking tonight? I want you to use your intuitive abilities. I want you to blend with the mug. Send your energy as I sip it. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it citrusy? Is it milky? What am I drinking tonight? You can totally see my tea bag. Damn, I was trying to hide it. I was like, I didn't cut this one off. So it is tea. So what kind of tea am I drinking tonight? Damn. Okay, I gotta cut the tea. I always usually cut the string off. What am I drinking tonight? Hi, Roberta. Hey, Antonella. Chrissy, you signed up for the workshop next week. Awesome. Hey, Lorene. Hey, I'm so excited to have you join for the Magic of Mediumship. It's going to be so awesome. One of my favorite things to do every year. Hello, Racine. Hello, Greta. Have I booked when I'm going to be in Abbotsford? I'm thinking it's actually going to be more in October, but I will kind of keep you up to date in how I'm going to get out to the BC area. So Erica thinks I'm drinking peppermint tea. Bailey, you're feeling lemon. Emily's feeling cinnamon here. Ingrid's feeling rose hip. I've been wearing rose cream. Ingrid, I've been wearing like trying to slather myself with rose to heal my old weathering skin. Hello, Anita. You thought chocolate too, Sharon? Love it. Celine, you're feeling some citrus tea. Joanne's feeling chai tea. Beautiful. So let's get started. I always want to start our nights off here by doing some card readings. And what I always love about these evenings is that even if I somehow don't choose you, I always just kind of choose who I just feel a light towards, I'm not ignoring anybody or anything like that. That usually, even if you don't hear from somebody, there's usually kind of a overall message, an arcing message for all of us that are watching here tonight. So even if I'm speaking to somebody else, I want you to see, like, does this apply to my life? Is there something that I could also be taking, for myself as well? So if you would like a card tonight, I would love to give one to you and see if I can just bring through some inspiration for you, um, some inspiration, some guidance from your spirit guides. So if you would like a card. So Chrissy, I feel like I already mentioned your name today, and I know we were kind of messaging today. And Chrissy, like, have we had a reading before? I know your name looks really familiar, but so just a card here for Chrissy. I love this picture of you guys, you and your partner here. You guys look like such a beautiful couple. So Chrissy, they're saying vulnerability and freedom is the key. So I don't know if it's like, sharing your heart with other people may feel like hard, even like I know that you are going through a spiritual awakening just by like our messaging just earlier today. So if you are kind of like worried about telling people or setting boundaries with people, this really feels like about relationships for me. So I don't know if it's just kind of like, I don't know. I really, your intuitive sense is saying like, I don't know if I feel comfortable around this person anymore. Like, could I trust them with this? Could I talk to them about this? I do feel like there's going to be kind of like a shuffling of friends and things like that in your community if it hasn't been happening already, even with some family members and things like that. I don't know if you have a sister, a female energy that feels like a sister, but they're just saying the more true you are to yourself and like what you're going through, the more it's going to align you to your true path and the true and your true people that want to kind of come in for you, Chrissy. So if relationships feel a little bit complicated lately, they're like, good. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. So hopefully that makes sense for you. I'm just gonna go to Instagram here. Bear Girl 06. Bear Girl, you remind me so much of a client I used to have. Her name was Cheryl Manning. You just look so much like her. You just reminded me of a beautiful, and she actually ended up passing away. So I almost feel like she's sending me a message to the hello today with your smile, Bear Girl 06. And a hello to Cheryl up there. Bear Girl. I just see you in nature, Bear Girl. Your name Joe. Do you love being in nature? They just make me feel like, oh yeah. The card that comes up for you is Earth and Ground, because they just show me like they want you walking among the trees. It looks like so healing for you. And I don't know if you are currently a healer as well, but there's like also some medicine that wants to kind of come to you through nature. Like, I know it sounds weird, but sometimes when we just spend time in nature, well, there's actually science that backs it up that the vibration of it actually changes our cells and changes our health, our well-being, our mental health. That there is something to actual the resonance of nature. But there's also something they're showing me, and I know this might sound really woo-woo. Are you a healer, Bear Girl? Because I feel like they're making me talk about some shamanic things here. Is that, that sometimes even like just pausing in front of a tree and just staring at it and saying like, what do I see? What do I see? What do I see? And just seeing like if you see like a face or a fairy or an animal or some eyes or some ancestors. Oh, you're always walking outdoors? Beautiful, because I just feel like this is what you're being called to do right now. It's kind of like seeing like more of the spiritual layers that can also be outdoors for us. And I encourage like everybody to do this. Like, I don't know if you've ever been camping and you're like looking at the trees and you're like, I feel like they're talking to me. They might be like whispering back to you in the wind or this kind of thing that nature could actually can communicate with you. So you do that, Bear Girl. You do that and you touch the trees. So I do kind of feel like they're making me feel like there's some shamanic exercises and things like that. So wherever you're located, I'd start looking for some shamans to gather within circle. I do feel you with a drum as well. I feel like an animal drum that wants to kind of join your healing and things like that as well. And I just kind of feel like they're making me feel like keep working with the land in order to bring through the healing that wants to come through for you and the knowledge that wants to come through. So I know that sounds really out there. Hopefully it doesn't sound too out there, Bear Girl, but I love actually that your name is Bear Girl. Like, is that your spirit animal? How come you chose that Instagram handle? You don't feel that you are healing. Yeah, so I feel like if you ask your guides, can you send me a shaman or some shamanic energy healing? There's some tools that you're supposed to kind of come through here for you. So kind of, pick up a rock, and I know it sounds strange, but like speak to it. Ask you like, what do you have a message for me? It's called divination. So even like I'd love for you to go down a wormhole, even on YouTube, shamanic divination through like trees. They just say they make me feel like trees want to communicate with you. So you do touch trees already. So I just feel like there's some more intuitive knowledge wants to come through for you, and your drum's coming for you because I do see you with a drum. So drums are one of the most amazing ways we can heal. I remember when I was walking through some of my grief journey, I would just after I lost my son, and I'm coming up to his 5th birthday on March 5th already. Oh, that just made me cry. I always think I'm going to be okay, and then I can always feel the energy of it building. Like the week before. Excuse me. but but like I was to sit with my drum and just kind of beat it over my womb. So they show me that too for you, Bear Girl, is that you're also going to like have a drum and kind of like play it over your body and just like allow the resonance of that also to kind of like help shift your energy and that kind of thing. So I hope that makes sense for you. Oh, little wave of grief. Aren't those amazing? Oh, God. Oh, grief. Hello, old friend. Okay, if you love a card. Oh, Michelle, I just saw your message. Oh, so beautiful to see you here. Jody, Risho, hello, hello. Hello, Aruna. Oh, she loves animals? I love that your friends on Facebook here kind of rooting here for you, Bear Girl. Tina sending energy to your loved ones on the other side. Beautiful. So let me just see who I feel like. Oh, I love this. You got like a bestie over here. So Jenna Desjarles. Hello, Jenna. Jenna, are you my friend Jenna from high school? Jenna, do you have a different? Did you change your name? I feel like as soon as I saw the picture, I'm like, I think I know her. Jenna, how do I say your last name? Desjarles. Beautiful. Desjarles? So, Jenna. They're just making me feel like they want like eucalyptus for you. I don't know, like they're just showing me like lung health and things like that. Like even like for your voice, like I don't know if your voice is going through like a raspy season or you've lost your voice recently or something like that, because they are making me feel as though like they want the lungs to kind of open, and it kind of feels like having like a diffuser by your bed too. The card that comes up for you, Jenna, is compassion. So I don't know, I kind of feel like you're working really hard to change like habits and things like that. I know sometimes like when the new year comes, we want to like just get out the gate and start like improving right away. But my guys tell me, oh no, it's taking more time. In 2025, nobody's really kind of feeling this like that's starting amazing. So they're just making me feel like whatever changes you're wanting to make, they're like, just have compassion with yourself, do it really slowly. And they're like, it happens with consistency. I'm hearing all these C's, the consistency, being compassionate with yourself. So every day, every little tiny change, whether it's like, I'm going to add electrolytes to my water, or, okay, I'm actually going to drink water today, that they want you to acknowledge all the simple things to celebrate, Jenna, because I just feel like you've been really hard on yourself. So does that make sense for you? Lulu Donovan, Kate, you know what's so amazing about this is my puppy's name is Lulu. Um, Now I can't even remember your name. We talk all the time. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Leanne, I love that your nickname is like you have your Lulu on here. Oh, because it's my little puppy's name. Okay, let's just see here. Hey, Matthew Young, YYC, looking forward to a reading with you for your wife. Yeah, I know you're on the wait list, right? I think actually my assistant's sending out my next openings for March, like I think probably tomorrow sometime. So those of you that are on my wait list, just kind of, it's kind of first come, first gets booked. So Matthew Young, I got a card for you, Matthew. Hmm. Yeah, Matthew, I don't know like if you actually are going through quite a bit of grief. I feel like quite a bit of confusion and density in your energy right now, and the card that comes up for you is forgiveness and understanding. And I don't know if like you've just been having some anger or resentment too about the way things are going, the way things aren't happening out in time. Circumstances that have happened within the last, well, they say last 8 months. So like whatever's here, they're just saying like we just need you to kind of like really have like a an open heart here to trust that like everything's happening in divine timing and divine purpose. And this forgiveness feels like about yourself. So I don't know if you're holding on to some guilt or some heaviness about how things are going, but they just, it's very similar to the last card, like that they want some compassion to come through here for you. And the understanding piece of this is like, just trust us that this is all happening out for your highest good. As hard as that is to remember, know that everything's working out for your highest good. And I also just feel like there's a lot of density in the home. So I don't know, like if you guys are going through grief, like I know you have a reading booked with me, but I never can tell how long somebody's passed, but I do feel quite a bit of grief in the home here. And they are just showing me, it's so strange. Did we talk about limes last Wednesday Whispers too? Because they're making me feel they want you to cut some limes. I feel like one in your, half of a lime in your kitchen and half a lime in your living room. It just makes me feel like it wants to like splurt some news. The citrus kind of wants to cut through some of the density at you. So I hope that makes sense for you. And just be very gentle with yourself. I just feel like you're supposed to be very, very gentle with yourself. Are we all being really hard on ourselves lately? Look at this theme happening here tonight. Working on your mental health. I know, I feel that, Jenna. Man, I know, it does feel dense, doesn't it? Always be careful, you guys. I just want to always put this out here. Please be careful of some scammers. Please just be careful. Remember, I'm never going to friend request you. I'm never going to message you. I'm never going to ask you for money. It's not me. You know, the only way I'm going to talk to you is if you contact me first. So please be careful. I just want to really always put that out there. I just kind of feel some weird energy just kind of entered. Yes, lime citrus is amazing. Like lemons, that's why like even like lemon diffusers, all those kind of citrusy things are really great in cutting density. Who else would love a card here? Who else did I see? Sorry, I feel like I was having to catch up. Hey, Jenna. Hey, Jody. Hello, Laura. Laura Squires? Squires? Laura Squires? Hello, Laura. I don't know if like your ankles have been bothering you, Laura. Like they're kind of making me feel like you're not supposed to be doing a lot of physical activity and things like that right now. Because I just kind of feel like I don't know if your feet have been swelling or if there's been some water retention. I'm just feeling some pressure like around the ankle and the foot area. And they just told me it's emotional. Sometimes like, you know, when we get inflammation in the body, it's usually attached to an emotion, whether it's like anger, fear, resentment, all these kind of things that want to kind of come in. And they actually, for me, Laura, for you, that makes me feel like it's other people's energy. You know, like I feel like there's been a lot of not drama, but a lot of, well, they make me feel like there's been drama, you know, so I don't feel like this is family stuff that I'm feeling, things with friends, disappointment that you've had from people, because the card that came up for you is cutting cords. So, you know, some of my favorite way to cut cords with people is to, in our mind's eye, in our imagination space where really we live spiritually, is to really like kind of use some scissors to kind of cut negative thoughts, negative memories, negative people. And some other really favorite ways that I love clearing cords is like sometimes even just picturing like like a kind of like a shower of light, you know, like above my head, and allowing like the light to kind of shower down and to kind of like release anything like that. And then also even physically doing that in the shower with water, and asking the water, you know, whatever's not mine, I just ask for you to take it away, you know. So whatever I'm holding on from people, whatever I'm still like not letting go, and just kind of like as the water goes down the drain, you just like let it watch it go. So Laura, I hope that makes sense for you, because I just feel like there's a lot of heat in the body. I don't know if you have acid reflux too, because they're making me feel like aloe vera juice is like really good for your digestion or something like that right now too. So Laura, I hope that makes sense for you. Hey Miranda, hey Antonella, hey Tina, hey Taylor, Larissa Goulet. Yeah, everybody's being hard on themselves. Yes. Let me just see here. Michelle, I just feel like you were in my energy field today too. So I was going to pull a card here for you. Michelle. Well, I just feel so many paths ahead of you right now, Michelle. Like I mean, it makes me feel like you know, you've got like 10 paths, you know, like it makes me feel like things have to be simplified. It's like if 10 things are going on, they have to kind of come down to three. Because even like the card that comes up for you is spiritual growth. Sometimes when we're jamming everything in there, we don't have like the space to be able to receive messages from the other side, to feel our loved ones, to be able to receive the downloads of what we're supposed to do next. So for me, it's almost like, you know, you almost have taken like so many downloads and try to run with them, but there's just two separate, you know, so they're like, we need you to have space for spiritual growth. So they're making me feel like things have to kind of like just number down a little bit and focus down a little bit. I know that like you wanted to be, you're on my waiting list too, and I'll contact you about that. That we can kind of like see what else is out there for you. But it really makes me feel just, they don't want your energy spreading too thin. You know, it's almost like one of these things where you're such a leader that you want to like initiate so many things, but don't do too many at one time, because some of them feel like they'll only get like 30% or 40% the way, you know, like, so really kind of having the space to tune in and be like, hey, what is my actual signature piece or signature line or signature collaboration with people? So I just think they're saying less is more right now. And I know that's so annoying to hear because you're such a doer, but they're saying less is more right now. And that's because you're in the midst of spiritual growth. They say there's more like intuitive practices and healing modalities, even your own medicine that you're going to be teaching people that wants to come through. So we can't do that from in a really masculine, dense place. So I hope that makes sense for you, Michelle. Please let me know how that makes sense for you. Even that last reading there, let me know how that landed for you. And Erica, I know like I met your son on Saturday, Erica, and your name's Elwood. Okay, I have to pull a card for you, Elwood, because like you kicked my son's butt at hockey on Saturday. It was so nice to meet you. I love that you're like Wednesday Whispers, because I look, you guys, my hockey mom mode is not as glamorous as this is. Oh, so cute. So Elwood and Erica, card for Elwood here. Because I told him I would pull him one if he was on Wednesday Whispers. Hey, Elwood, sometimes do you get like, are you a little bit of a chewer? Like, do you get kind of nervous? Do you ever like chew your nails or chew your shirt or chew like, you know, your something like that, you know, like your hair or whatever it is? Oh, he loves watching Wednesday Whispers. That's so awesome. Because they're just making me feel like sometimes, like, you know, that your mind races a little bit. Like you're kind of worried, like, am I good enough? Is this good enough? Did I do this good enough? So I do feel like they say you're really smart and you're really good at school. But sometimes like your mind just races too much. You know, you're just kind of worried that you're not going to be good enough or smart enough or these kind of things. And the card that comes up for you is almost the same card I had for that other lady a few minutes ago. It's compassion. So compassion means like, please be kind to yourself. Please don't be so hard on yourself. It's almost like your guides. And I almost feel like a great grandfather here, which I know sounds kind of woo woo. But he just says like, we are all supporting you. We are all so proud of you and you're perfect just as you are. So I'd love for you and your mom to create some mantras or things if you get nervous about school or a game, that they're just like, maybe a mantra could just be like, you know, I am perfect just as I am. I am perfect just as I am, you know? So just don't be so hard on yourself too, Elwood. Oh, so our little guys. So you think you're 10, right, Elwood? You're in like the same age group as my son. Oh, and I love this grandfather that's here. Erica, like, did he ever come through in a reading with us? Erica, is that your grandfather that I've met before? Because he feels familiar to me. Laura, yes to the acid reflux, yes to the ankle. You're having an x-ray done tomorrow. Yes to the drama. I've been cutting all ties with everyone. That's caused a lot of pain for long. Everything resonates. I'll definitely try the aloe juice. Oh, Laura, awesome. And they do make me feel too like I'm kind of feeling like Gaviscon or something, that before you go to sleep, and then they're showing me when you go to sleep that you have to like elevate your body. So try not to sleep flat on your back or your side, because then the acid's coming up. So they're just making me feel like really kind of popping yourself up as well when you sleep, because that's kind of when some of the damage is happening. So, sending healing energy to you. You guys, can you please send hearts and love to Laura as she's in this healing journey here. And I always feel, Laura, you know, when our body has things like we do something to our ankle or we get acid reflux in our digestion, you know, like our body's telling us something is detoxing, something's moving. So, you know, even like thinking of this acid that wants to go, it's like these people that want to go, you know, like dilution that wants to kind of happen. You know, I always kind of think like, what is my body teaching me right now? So really, really beautiful there, and sending healing energy your way. It all feels very positive for me. And I just feel like kind of like a switch around like early May for you. I feel like a window opens and a breath of fresh air comes through for you. So, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, Erica, everybody loves the name Elwood. I've never even heard that name. It could be your Opa Rudy. Yeah, Elwood is an old soul, absolutely. I mean, any 10-year-old that watches, oh, he's 8, that watches Wednesday Whispers. That's so awesome. Um, let's just kind of see who else is here. Jamie Ford. Hey, Jamie. I feel like you just kind of popped on. You just caught my eye. Jamie Ford. I just feel such a creative energy with you, Jamie. Are you an artist? They make me feel like spirit communicates to you, like when you're drawing or doodling or painting. It feels like your hands want to heal and express things. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna pull a second card here to kind of go with that. So I don't know if you've been feeling like really lost lately. Jamie, is kind of like the feeling that I get, and sometimes when we feel lost, it's because we've like forgotten like where we've come from. Like when we kind of get into this 3D mode of like pay the bills, work, eat, know what's for dinner, shit, I gotta do my taxes, these kind of things, we really kind of lose this stagnancy can kind of happen and we lose pieces of our soul. We forget that like we are a divine being, that we've come from like a universal love, a God, a creator, a source energy that really wants to let us know how loved we are, how divinely guided we are, that everything's happening for us, not to us. And I feel like that's their big message for you, Jamie, is like, please don't forget where you've come from, and they're just making me feel like you're not at all artistic, Jamie. Do right? Like they're making me feel like you got to move your hand. Like spirit makes me feel like creative energy needs to flow to get things moving for you. And it could be doodling. I'm not an artist as either, but I feel like sometimes when I'm just doing circles and things like that, like it releases energy. It allows my consciousness to travel and allowed for messages to come. So they are telling me that needs to happen for you. Like go get yourself some pencil crayons. But they're just making me feel just like please don't forget the magic that's within you and that you're able to create anything that you desire. So if there is stagnancy right now, they're just saying like they want you to remember where you've come from. The other card that comes back is like kind of a similar message as I've said a little bit earlier tonight. See, there is a theme, is taking a step back. So if you've been too busy, like if you've been kind of too much in the 3D world, working too much in the masculine, then it's like then we don't have space to kind of like feel the spirit world, feel our connection. And one thing, spirit's been talking to me about this week, and they're reminding me in this card reading for you too, is that sometimes we put this pressure on ourselves in order to be spiritual, that we need the right meditation room or the right yoga mat or the right, half hour thing or the right class to go to. But they show me that like we can connect to spirit within like these 5-minute increments, like that word, like, okay, I'm not going to scroll my phone. I'm just going to sit. I'm just going to like listen to my breath. And I'm just going to like feel my body and I'm just going to feel connected to my spirit. So it's almost like finding these little pockets of space and time in order for us to experience the magic that's there and available for us. So I just really kind of feel, oh, you do feel so lost. Yeah, they're like, just trust us. Trust us, we're guiding you. Trust us that there's no pressure. Trust us that like you don't have to move into this next thing really fast. Like feels crazy and you do feel lost. Yeah. So it's almost like I know it sounds weird, but it's like God is just saying like you still have me. Don't forget to kind of tune into me. Don't forget where you've come from. Don't forget how you've gotten here. So just a lot of love kind of coming your way, and just, take some deep breaths here and maybe not jump into things. Like if there's a way they make me feel like you can delay your maternity leave or something for 3 months. So I'd love for you to like look into government grants and things like that, because for some reason they make me feel that there can be a delay as well. So kind of ask your team, I need to be creative here. I'm not ready to leave. So show me how I'm going to do this. I'll just do one more here on Instagram. So let me just see who else is here. L Bales, I just love that you're so scared. Nervous to know, but would love to have a card if time permits. So L Bales, don't worry, you don't have to be nervous. Only messages of love come. So let me just kind of just see here. L Bales, L Bales. Are you thinking of retiring soon, L Bills? Because it makes me feel like something that is about work is transitioning. Like it makes me feel like, if you've been working full time, that you're going to be kind of going going into part-time or something like that, that you're kind of, they're asking you to designate to even other people so you don't quite have so much on your plate, if that makes sense. Even if it's like at home, it's things like, finances or things like that. They're asking you to designate, ask, other family members to step in and things like that. Lori Bales, okay. So they're just saying, I love this card that comes up for you is ask and receive. And this is a really beautiful joint card to what we've been talking about already tonight, is that we forget to ask. That we are always thinking that we're doing it on our own, that it's up to us to make things happen, that it's up to us to make the changes, it's up to us to feel better, it's up to us to change our habits. But really, our guides are just like, they can't really intervene until we ask them to, so I just kind of feel like whatever kind of frustrations happening here, I do feel like a lot of transition, and for some reason I also feel 3 months for you. Kind of like, but by like June or something like that, there's just going to be a shift for you, Lori. So they're just saying, like, just like ask us for guidance. Don't try and do this on your own. Designate, ask other people for help. So I don't know if you like are somebody that's hard for you to ask for help even in the 3D world, but they're just like, there's a lot more accessible to you, Lori. So I hope that makes sense. Gadulia. Hi, we're still in awe after Galentine night. Oh, thank you. That was such a beautiful, beautiful night. Alrighty, so let's transition to some mediumship. So this is where I always kind of, okay, Cheryl Wong, you were on my screen and I didn't even touch you. So the spirit world must be here tonight, because I don't think I even touched your name. So let's just see. Cheryl Wong. Cheryl Eusebio Wong. Cheryl. I feel like obviously somebody wants you to have a message here tonight. Okay. Cheryl, is this your son? Has your son passed, Cheryl? They just show me like you're deep in grief, and the card that comes up for you is healing energy. So Cheryl, can you just let me know, like, is this your son? Has he passed? Has he passed? And did he have like some trouble walking in his passing? Have you been wearing a necklace in honor of him? Yeah, I feel him here, Cheryl. It's almost like I feel like he put your name on the Wednesday Whispers. Sorry, do you have a necklace in honor of him? Cheryl, he's been sending you feathers, so have you been finding some feathers around the house? I love this card, healing energy. This is your son. Oh, and there's kind of feathers on this card. 98 days. I know, Cheryl, your grief feels so thick. I'm so sorry. You do find feathers? Yeah, because he says, I've been bringing feathers to like bring hope to you and like for you to know like that I made it. And I feel such an innocent thing about your son, so I don't know if he had some disabilities, some troubles walking, but it's like he was such a pure, you haven't seen feathers yet? Okay, you're gonna have to kind of keep your eyes out. Because he just makes me feel like, sometimes when we see them, like, we're like, oh, it came out of my jacket, or it must have come out of a pillow or something like that. Like, I almost feel like the one's on your bed. I really almost feel like there's like one on your bed right now. um, but Cheryl, I just feel like, there's this really beautiful innocence to him, like such a genuine quality to his heart. Like, I feel like he came here, he says, to teach people to love, you know, because I just feel like he was very lovable. Like, it was easy to love him, and he loved people easily. There's just such a beautiful energy here about him. He said he is disabled. Yeah. Because I just feel this, like, that he came in such a peaceful way to like be a teacher for others, to teach others how to like love and appreciate the moment. I love his laughter. He makes me feel like you still hear his laughter. And yeah, like he's like, listen for my laughter. So it might just kind of be like it's not like physically, but it'll be like in your memory, in your mind. You'll just have like look at a photo and almost be able to hear his laughter. Really lovable, absolutely. And did he play baseball? Is that a Blue Jays hat? I felt like I just saw Blue Jays. And he loves this soup that used to make. It almost looks like it has like a broth to it, and I don't know if it has like dumplings in it, or something like that. But it's almost like this, and it looks like there's like green onions in it. I mean, I always want to make sure I'm not being like so stereotypical of what an Asian soup would look like. But there is this like soup that like he says like that it's a special broth that you make. So I don't know if like there's layers to the broth of like how you create it. But he just says like I love this broth. Like and I don't know if you would feed it to him sometimes or at the end you had to feed it to him. He can't do sports, but did he love baseball? I don't know if it's just like his baseball hat or something about like the lead. Like, is there a memory about like Blue Jays? Did somebody give him a Blue Jays hat? Maybe I'm like, what is it Blue Jays? I keep seeing Blue Jays. It might be a bird, Cheryl. Like I might just be seeing Blue Jays, the bird. Like, see, I keep seeing feathers, and now he's showing me the Blue Jays. So also kind of keep your eyes open this spring for Blue Jays. Um, do you know what soup he is talking about, Cheryl? And he's like, "Thank you for taking such beautiful care of me at the end." Oh, he collects hats. Yeah. Yeah, it felt like sports hats. And have you been wearing this necklace in honor of him, Cheryl? And like maybe it's something to come, like if you've been thinking about oh soup. Yeah, okay. Because he's like, I love this. It made me my heart feels so good. My chest feels so good. I felt so loved when you made that for me. He's like, just tell Bub I'm okay. Can you tell her I'm okay? And I feel him there with like a grandfather energy. So I don't know if this is your dad. Is your dad also passed? You have the necklace? Because he just makes me feel like he's right with you when you hold it. Yeah, he's there with another gentleman. So has your dad passed? You're always wearing it? Yeah. Yeah, please send hearts and love to Cheryl, everybody. Spirit has never put like somebody's name on my Wednesday Whispers. Isn't that so amazing? Your dad's gone too? Yeah, because he's just like, I feel like he's there with him. He's like, just tells, like, shows me he's there. He said, like, tell her we're fine. And is there a dog that had passed as well? Because I feel like a dog running by him. It may have been like a childhood dog or something like that, even of yours. So, Cheryl, does that make sense to you? No dog? It looks like a little dog. So, is there somebody else that had a little dog that passed? Unless that's like somebody else that wants to come through for Wednesday Whispers. There's always a dog that comes, isn't there? So, I just want to see if I can just connect with you a little bit stronger here. So, what was his name? He loved to have a dog. Oh, I just feel yeah, can you tell me that's okay. The dog might make sense later. Can you what was his name? Justin. Thank you, Justin. Yeah, he just shows me feathers falling all over you. So I always trust that everything that's supposed to come through is meant to land, Cheryl. So even tomorrow or a week later after this reading, I feel like he's just here to tell you, like, to tell her I'm okay. He just makes me feel like you've been worried, but they show me, Cheryl, that we always go back to where we've come from. We really go home, and I just feel him like really at peace. It makes me feel like this life was hard for him physically. Like I do feel him like in a healing meadow, in a healing pasture. It's like they show me there's so much we can do when we pass. There's places we can go to learn or to reunite with people, and I just kind of feel like he needs to kind of rest after this life. His earthly body was heavy for him. And he just says, I tell her I came to teach I teach everybody how to love. What a beautiful teacher. He came to be a teacher. And he says, tell her I miss her too. So I don't know if you just said I miss you, but he says I miss you too. So beautiful. And then he just shows me he's dancing. So he wants you to know that he can move beautifully on the other side. Because I don't know if like he couldn't walk near the end or if he was in a wheelchair for parts of his life or something. Because he just makes me feel like he's just moving so beautifully, like strong and energetically. He was in and out of the hospital since birth. Yes. He's almost just like, oof, that body of mine, that was hard to live with. So he's like recovering and healing from that. It was hard on his spirit. So just lots of love to you, Cheryl, as you go through this. Beautiful. I love that he just needed to be here tonight. Right when I was like, I'm ready to move into some mediumship, and your name popped up. So beautiful to meet Justin. I just feel him really at peace. And he makes me feel that his passing was also, he was in a wheelchair part of his life, yeah. And he tells me too that what was he just saying there? That his passing was so peaceful. He says, tell her like I had no pain, I had no suffering in my passing. He just makes me feel like his spirit just like glided right out of his body. He just shows me how smoothly he passed. He said, tell her I had no pain. And even like if it looked worse than it was, because I don't know if he had a breathing tube or something like that as well, because he just makes you feel like, don't worry, I didn't suffer, or I wasn't in any agony. Yes, Cheryl. So thank you for trusting me today. And Cheryl, I don't think you've ever been on Wednesday Whispers, so I just love that your son guided you here tonight and placed your name on this Wednesday Whispers. And just know he's at peace, my friend. So beautiful. Alrighty. So we're already into Wednesday Whispers mediumship portion. I always just love this part of the night. I just love for you all to type the name of the people you're missing tonight. If you are grieving, just to take a moment to honor them, to even take that moment of stillness. If you haven't taken it today, I even hope Wednesday Whispers is that landing platform sometimes for us just to be able to listen to our spirit, to be able to think about our soul, to be able to think about everything that's supporting us, everything that's loving us. So whoever you're missing, I'd love for you just to say their name in the chat, bring their energy alive into this. Oh, he was in ICU, Cheryl. Yeah. And I feel like it make that soup for yourself too. It feels so nurturing. I'm not sure what's info. Now I'm like, I feel like now I need to have pho this week. It looks so amazing and it just feels so nurturing for you too. So when you make the soup, know that he joins you as you eat it. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you for your son choosing me to communicate. So who are we missing tonight? We're missing Raina and Robert, Brad, Ryan, Jim, Kaiden, Don, Kathy, Gigi, Mary, and Papa Bill. Tara, Carrie, your husband Robert, Blake and Jean, Daniel, Kevin, Scott, Ella Ray, Jean Guy, Joan, Scott, Opa Rudy, Oma Victoria, cousin Shauna, Molly and Piper. Beautiful. Lawrence and BJ, Leah, Corinne, Mr. Walters, Joshua, Fred, Maurice. Beautiful. So let's just see who kind of comes forward. So how spirit communicates to me, it's like charades. I kind of see flashes of things or hear things, feel things with my body, and then I do my best to translate that. And that's all a medium is, my friends, is a translator, so I'm not going to be perfect. So I need your intuition tonight. So if I'm describing something and, describing some of the ways that a spirit's communicating to me, I want you to really kind of feel like, does this sound like this person to me? Even if it's just one or two things out of what I'm talking about. And I'll see if I make that link for you. Okay. And, if I kind of make a connection with you, but you also feel that I'm kind of saying things about your person, know that they're trying to talk to me too. Piggybacking happens in these, hello, Ruthie. Ruthie tells Truthy from Ireland. You don't know how you ended up here. Well, that's the magic of Wednesday Whispers. Nobody knows how I show up on your newsfeed. So we're just going to connect to a spirit on the other side. And I just love for you to kind of take a moment here for you even to ask your loved one to step forward. I've got quite an older woman here with me, and well, I feel like she was 98, or like she was definitely in her 90s. I just even saw 98, and I do feel like she had to walk with like a cane, and that her back was kind of like arched and things like that, and she hated getting old. She just hated her body stiffening up, and that she couldn't kind of stand up straighter. She also just makes me feel like something was really bothering her about the arch of her feet. So I don't know if like she couldn't wear like flat shoes and things like that because the arches were so painful. Like it makes me feel like her arches are tight. Even like her feet look like they kind of like froze stiff or something like that, because she just says walking was so painful. I do feel like she's spicy. She's what I call one of these spicy grandmas, because she makes me feel like she's got this like spice to her where she'll wink at me and offer me a Werther's candy, but she's kind of tough love. There's like a really kind of tough energy about her. I do feel like she grew up like during the war as well, like that too. Like I even feel like she may have been around for World War I. So this may be somebody who's older, their grandmother. Um, I feel like you might still have her apron, like a half apron of hers, she tells me. And there's also a silver chain, an heirloom that's kind of come down. It looks very simple to me. It doesn't look like it's glitzy or anything like that. It really just looks like a silver chain that she may have worn, that somebody kind of still has in the family. She makes me feel she played Rook or Rummy. There's a card game here that she used to play with you. And she's just telling you to buck up. She's like, just get, get over yourself. Get over yourself, and I feel like, so every once in a while these grandmas show up to talk to all of us, to be like, stop just complaining so much and being a victim. Like, life is hard, deal with it. So does this sound like somebody's grandmother or great grandmother? It's so weird that you say that, Ruthie, because I almost felt like she felt like, are you actually Irish? I actually almost felt connected. I thought it was almost your mom or something like that when I first saw your name. I thought maybe your mom was here. And I love that you said, oh, so you are from Ireland. Not sure how you ended up in here. She said how it is no holes barred, like aging. Yes, exactly. And do you have this do you have a half apron of her still, Ruthie? Because it's so weird. As soon as I said your name, I felt like she stepped forward. And do you have a son? You have a son, Ruthie? Oh, you're wearing the chain around your neck. I know. I felt it was you. I know. I know. Chrissy, you also feel like there's some piggybacking happening there with your grandmother. So Ruthie, you're wearing her silver chain around your neck. What was her name? She's like, aging was not for the weak of heart. Did she live into her 90s? Her late 80s. I mean, it felt like 90s to me. She says like you carry the strength of the family with you. So I do feel like this tough love that she had. What are these caramel candies she's offering me? I feel like are they water taffies even? Like they're kind of like in a interesting. They're not in like a Werther's wrapper. She's showing me another wrapper as well that almost looks like wax. You do have her half apron? Oh, I love this connection, so clear. Beautiful. And sorry, or you do have a son. Is that about the sun, Ruthie, or about that half apron? So please tell me in the chat exactly what resonates with you. It's hard for me to, as I'm talking, to kind of remember what you're saying or what I just said. Some people here on Instagram, Auntie Annette, Bailey saying this sounds like Kay. Her name was Kay. Yeah, she feels like a Kay. And I just feel like yellow daffodils, like are some yellow daffodils already kind of coming up in Ireland or something like that? Does she used to grow those? Do you have some of those by your home? I just feel her with these yellow daffodils. They're always a sign from her. Yellow daffodils in the spring. Like I feel like she's in the spring. She was 92. Yeah. Okay, awesome. And she's just like, buck up, girl, you've got this. So I don't know if like you're going through stuff with your son. Do you have a son, Ruthie? Like I don't know like if you're worried about him or there's some stuff going on. Sorry, she's making me so hot. I feel like sometimes when I channel I get so toasty. Um she's just making me feel like whatever you're worried about, she's just like, stop worrying so much, it all works out for you, you know. I don't know what you're so worried about. I feel like she's just saying like everything's working out in your favor. So Ruthie, do you have a son? Are you worried about a male in your life? Just feel you worrying too much. Jenna. You're so sweet. Oh no, did we lose Ruthie? I know sometimes it's hard to type on these chats. Ruthie, where'd you go? Ruthie tells truthy. So her name was Kay. You have her necklace around your neck. And you have her half apron, I believe. Aging was not for the weak. Mm-hmm. And just this tough love. Oh, okay, yeah, she's talking about your son. Yes, I have a son and I'm very concerned. Because she just says, just know that I've got him too. She's like, just know that everything's going to work out okay. And just know that we're all looking over him. I feel her husband there too. And she says she sends you dimes all the time. So Ruthie, do you find dimes in weird places? Because she does say like, the coins are me. You know, I'm always just kind of wanting to affirm you that you're on the right path and things. What are these candies? Ruthie, what are these candies? It feels like she gave them to you as like, you know, a kid, or always kind of like she'd have a saucy remark and then she'd give you a candy after. Like this tough, like this, there's love there and this sauciness with her. And she just says, you're stronger than you think you are, you know? So she says, just buck up. And she just makes me feel like she's picking you up from the armpits and like saying, let's go, we're doing it together, you know? So you're still here, Ruthie, yeah. So Kay, I feel like that's just her message for you. She's just like full of spice and full of love, and just says everything with your son's gonna work out. So however you've been worried about him and things like that, she says just know we've all got him, you know. And then also like I don't know if like your partner, his back's been hurting him or something like that too. But there's also healing energy coming from his family to also like being with your husband, if that makes sense. Your partner. So lovely to meet I also see something on Instagram here. I love the daffodils and Rummy. It's not your grandma, but you played Rummy with yours and have yellow daffodils tattooed in memory of her husband. Oh, your grandpa, Kaylee. Oh, okay, beautiful. So beautiful, like things you're able to take from this message too. OMG, yes, Ruthie. What was the? Oh, your husband's back. Yeah, so I feel like his whole family is just like, we're really working hard on this. And they say his posture, he has to work on his posture. That like, it's like, I don't know if he's on his phone or at the table like this, but they're just like making you feel like, sit up. Ruthie's like, he needs to sit up and like protect his back, like kind of like, they're talking about like engaging his core muscles, you know, and making sure he doesn't get too lazy about the way that he's sitting. So see that she's so spicy. She's like, you know, and I think, oh, maybe because, you know, like her posture was so affected at the end. It was so frustrating for her. So she wants him to protect his back as well. So sending lots of love to your husband's back. Well, she made the sweets herself. I know, because I'm like, I don't think they're Werther's in the wrapper. I'm seeing them in like wax paper or something like that. Beautiful. So she's just so lovely. So Ruthie, you popped in from Ireland just at the right time. What a beautiful serendipitous Wednesday Whispers tonight, and how everything was supposed to come. So beautiful in getting to know Kay tonight, Ruthie, and just know that I think all of our guides, everybody tonight is like, everybody's just saying like, would you guys stop worrying so much? Know that we've got your back. Know that like everything's happening in divine timing and that it's happening for you to become your highest self. So no matter what we're going through, no matter who we've lost, no matter how we're grieving the darkness that we may feel, the struggles that we face, that it's always happening for us, not to us. And I just feel like, our guides were just saying tonight too, there's so many things they're saying about compassion. We want you to have compassion and be just so gentle with yourself right now. There's this hustle culture is over, my friends. It's almost like about like, how can I feel this slowness and stillness in life and feel connected to my spirit? So I want to really encourage us all to do that this week in these messages. So my intuitive mug, what am I drinking tonight? What am I drinking, everybody? What tea? I gave away with my little tea tag tonight, unfortunately. No chocolate, none of my son's chocolate milk tonight. I know some of you had felt some like lemon, some citrus. Citrus was like very on point here tonight. Cranberry tea, says Jenna. Some people were feeling rose, but I honestly literally have been like slathering my body with like rose oil, trying to get rid of my wrinkles lately. Aging, see? Okay, I hear you. Aging is like so difficult. Peppermint. Chrissy's feeling chocolate tea, chocolate chai, says Sharon. Tonight it is ginger tea. I'm going through some major digestive, not fun stuff. So again, my friends, next week, awakened woman, if you are having a spiritual awakening, if what I'm talking about is like, what? This is crazy. I've been feeling that. I've been noticing signs like that. How do I trust my intuition? How do I trust the right path? It's $22. Join me on next Thursday night for $22. I walk through some beautiful exercises and tools for you to take away and how you can practice this. And if you feel like you are a medium or a psychic, this is my signature program. Everybody that comes out of it in our 5-week program end up talking to spirits on the other side. So if you feel like this is you, I would love, love to see you there. So many blessings, my friends. I love gathering with you every Wednesday. And so please stay in touch, and have a beautiful week and be gentle with yourselves. Much love to you. Night, night.